Okay, so if you would like to run an online presentation through the Co-Kinetic site, then I need you to upload your recorded presentation to your YouTube channel. Now, if you don't already have one, it's very easy to set one up. Just Google create YouTube channel. If you already have one, then that's great. We're going to upload this as an unlisted video, so basically it can't be searched for, which keeps it relatively secure. It's not perfect because obviously if somebody shares the link then they can get directly to your video, but at this point in time we wanted this solution to be up and running for you quickly, so this is the best and quickest way of doing it so that the videos stream generally well, and we may well add to this later to build in extra security, but for the time being this is what you need to do. So once you've set up your YouTube channel, and it's really simple as I say to do that, just click create here and you will have an option saying upload video, and you're going to click that option and then let's go into select file, and I'm going to go to upload my latest video help file just to show you, just to illustrate what happened. So you go and find your file, your MP4 file. I think it will also take other formats as well. YouTube, that's one of the benefits of YouTube, it's quite flexible. So you just go and navigate in your file system to find that file. You can always put it on your desktop if that's easier for you. And you just click open. And that will do this little whizzy thing, and it will upload. Now mine may well go very slowly because I'm in the middle of the country on a very slow broadband connection, but let's see how we get on. So this for me is the overview of the online presentations, pages and campaigns. You just add in your title here. It doesn't really matter whether you tell people about your video because they're not going to actually see this because it's going to be unlisted anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. Don't worry about this thumbnail. You'll be able to go back and select that in a minute. I'm going to put this under a playlist, but you won't necessarily have a playlist, but if you do, then by all means add it to a playlist. Because we're going to upload this as unlisted and not public, then most of this is doesn't really matter, but mine is actually one of your help files, so I just need to remember video elements. Don't worry too much about that. If you're technically minded, then by all means, if you want to add videos, for example, at the end of your video of other things that you've got going on, then that's fine, you can do that here, but I'm not going to bother for the purposes of this video. And then we're going to click next, and it's this visibility one. Now you need to select this option of unlisted, so you're going to click that unlisted option and then everything else, just read through that and click save. Now this is not the link that I'm going to need you to enter into our site, so you're just going to click save here. I don't actually want this video to be unlisted, so I'm going to tick public, but you would keep this as unlisted. But for the purposes of this, let me just publish that. So just to re-emphasize, you need that to be unlisted there. And then it will continue to do this video upload process. I probably could have changed the permissions later, but I don't want to screw anything up at my end. And it will take a while to upload, so I will come back when that has finished uploading. Okay, so the second part of this video is showing you where to get the embed code. I'm not actually using the video that I uploaded because it doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure that it is the right video that you want to give, which is the recording of your presentation, and you just need to make sure that it is unlisted, and you can always edit there if you want to and change those settings. I might nip back to that in a minute, but what is important for me to tell you is that if you're using YouTube, you don't just need this URL that YouTube give you. So when you click the share button, it will give you a URL here. This is not the URL you want. What you need to do is you need to click that little embed button there, and it's actually this URL in here that you need. So unfortunately, YouTube won't let you just highlight that little bit, and it will just make you do the whole thing. So we're going to click copy, and then all you need to do is just go into a blank Word page. Sorry, this was one I was using earlier to illustrate something else. And you paste that in there, so that's just copy and paste. And this is the URL that you want without these speech marks. So that is the URL you are going to paste into Co-Kinetic in the right place. So let me just do this as an example. I'm going to copy that code in, and I'm going to nip to, well, I can't remember, sorry, you're going to have to bear with me a minute, to one of these pages, and I'm going to chuck it in the demonstration page. And this is exactly why this test page is here, just so that you can make sure that everything is working before you actually try and go live. So you need to go into the landing page area. You will have edited these fields, and again I will do a separate video on that, so don't worry about those for the time being. And you will see a webinar video URL in here, and that is basically what you want to paste in there. So you need to make sure you've got this embed, this word embed before the rest of the code for that video. Okay, so this is the link that you want to get in order to test your webinar delivery page. Now I've just tried that copy button and it's actually not working, so I will get my developer to fix that. So if you just double click in here and it will bold all that, don't worry about this little no entry sign, and just do a copy. You can right click it and click copy as well. And then let me just go and paste that in a new browser and show you basically what I mean. So what you will see, this is just the test page that I'd set up. This can be any banner that you want, you can change that. And this is where the webinar, the presentation is embedded. So you will see that your presenter details are under here. If you've got any bonus downloads, they will also appear under here. But this is basically how it will appear. Your video that's hosted on YouTube will appear on your landing page site. Okay, so just as a recap, very quick recap, basically what we did was we went to YouTube, click that because that's processing, you click create, you upload the video your presentation video, you then go to that presentation video and you get the embed URL. So just to remind you, you click the share button on your video, you click that little embed button, you copy and paste all that text out. If you just go in there, it will copy. You can click copy, go and just paste that in a Word file, just as we did earlier. And then it is this HTTPS in between the two speech marks. You don't need the speech marks. Be very careful with this URL, because if that's not exactly right, then the URL, the video is not likely to load. So you take that URL and then you go back to the Co-Kinetic page, which I think was here. So we're using the test page, but you would be obviously in your real page when you're ready to do it. You can use the test page obviously for the time being, just to make sure everything is correct. You paste that URL in there, you click update just so that that loads and saves, and then you go and get the delivery page. This is where this video is going to be featured, by double clicking on there, or when I've got the button fixed you can click copy, and then you just go and paste that in a web browser and just check that that page looks exactly as you want it to, or change any details that you need to on there. So I hope that's been helpful. I'm also going to do a separate video just showing you how to do the same thing on Vimeo, because you can also use Vimeo to host your videos if you'd like to, but the principle is exactly the same. Again, you will need the embed code, so I will do a separate video on that. But hopefully this all makes sense. If you want to host your video on YouTube, and just remember that you want to post your video as unlisted so that people can't find it freely, particularly if you want to charge for it. So hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, cheers guys.